Morning everyone. Today I've decided to come to Welwyn Garden City. We're going to have a look round here, the main part of Welwyn Garden City. Then we're going to go along the River Lee and see what we can find. Now, the last time I actually come here was about 5 years ago, and quite like the look of the place, so that's why I'm returning today. So without further ado, we're going to start walking, so put your best foot forward and enjoy the video. So I've just walked out of the Howard Centre there, the main shopping centre, and onto this parkway. Well, it's more than a parkway. I think the gardens are quite nice here. So I'm just going to walk through and see what else is about. I must admit, it's much the same as I remember about 5 years ago. However, what you've got to remember is we're still in lockdown and there's not the people about there normally is. There's a lot of industry as well to the other side of this great city. This is a plaque in the centre here to commemorate Ebenezer Howard. He was the guy that actually founded Welwyn Garden City in 1920. Here's another view of the gardens, just back to the Howard Centre where we've just come from. As I mentioned before, the Welwyn Garden City was founded in the 1920s by Sir Ebenezer Howard. His idea was to be a blend of city and nature, and I think he's really achieved that. And we'll see more of the outside of Welwyn Garden City later. I'm sure you agree with me, it's quite a nice place. So this is one of the main walkways they've got through the city centre. Actually, a very nice place to go and visit. Just like to say how well kept these gardens are as well. Lovely, full of colour. If you ever pay Welwyn Garden City a visit, come over to this cinema. It's not like your big multiplex cinemas. It's old and traditional inside, but nicely furbished. So this is at the Campus West area of the Garden City here. What you'll find in this area is these long walkways, or long roads even, full of trees and greenery. This is all part of the design concept of Ebenezer Howard in the 1920s. This whole area is well laid out and orchestrated, I'm sure you agree. It's lovely and clean and tidy, most importantly green. Walking outside of the city now, and we're still one of these long outstretches of greenery. It's absolutely fantastic. It's what I like about Welwyn Garden City is it's unique. I don't know anywhere else that's like this. I absolutely love it. I'd just like to make a mention while I'm doing this walk. It's a bit of a name check really, I'm sure he won't mind, but Clive Hardwick, he's a local Hertfordshire historian, full of information, useful information and snippets of history that I often go to find out. Hope you're well, Clive, and thank you very much for inspiring me on this walk. Another piece of interesting architecture here, it's a Baptist Church, Christ Church. Yeah, I love the design of this. So now I'm going to go towards the lakes and the River Lee. I do like a bit of water. If I can walk by water, I'm an happy person. So this is Stanbra Park, and in particular the lakes. This is just the sign here. It's seen better days, I think, this sign. But the actual lakes were quarries. They quarried the stone out of them and supplied the building of the A1M, which runs beside us here now. You can probably hear it on the microphone. Here's one of the lakes. I think this is the smaller of the two. You can probably hear the A1M in the background there, droning away. It's just the other side of those trees in actual fact. I'm sure it wasn't in Ebenezer Howard's plans originally in 1920, but it's there, the A1's there, and it is what it is, I suppose. So this is the second of the lakes. I think this is the larger of the two. This is where they do all the boating, canoeing, etc. As you can see today, there's nothing happening because of the COVID. It's still a lovely area though, lovely area of natural beauty. So I'm just making my way round the outside of the Stanbra Lake here, the large Stanbra Lake, the leisure lake that is. The grass is so well kept round. I have to keep pinching myself just in case. I keep thinking, well, perhaps I'm on a golf course or something, I shouldn't be here. It's really well laid out, really good. I'm going to find myself a chair. I'm going to sit down for a spot of lunch because I think this is a nice place to have it. After lunch I'm going to go on towards Mill Green and then hopefully pick up the River Lee. I believe the River Lee is just over the other side of this lake, as you see, between those trees, but I'll soon pick it up. I can always smell water out. I've got myself an absolute perfect position here. I've got a proper bench, sturdy seat. I can sit down nice and comfortably, enjoy the view, the breathtaking view, because I think it's absolutely, I know I keep saying the word lovely and great, but these places are they're to die for. Sit down and relax. So I thought I could perhaps pick the Lee up here in Stanbra Park, but I can't, so I've got to come out for a footpath under the main railway line here. I've then got quite a long walk because to get back on track to the River Lee is quite some walk. I'll circumnavigate right round the outside and then pick the Lee up at Mill Green. So can't be helped. Onward and forward we go. Through the tunnel I go, all the way. That's the trouble with these walks. Sometimes you know the way, sometimes you don't. This part of it I don't really know. I'm just following my nose basically. Folks, it's that time of the video again. Do we go right? Or do we go left? Left or right, right or left? We'll go left. So this is actually Mill Green with the River Lee running into it. We've actually crossed the border now, we're actually in Hatfield. So this building grinds flour, or the workings inside grinds flour. It dates back to the 17th century and is actually mentioned in the Domesday Book. But if you're in the area, it's a very worthwhile place to visit and see, go inside and see the museum and the workings. This is the building. I've just got walked around a bit. Obviously I'm limited to what I can do and where I can go, which is obvious. But it is a nice bit. It has been refurbished over the years, so it is 17th century and it is Grade 2 listed. I've actually hit a bit of a problem here. I'm at the Mill Green, as you can see behind, still here. When in actual fact I have been out for a walk. I've walked around to Hatfield. What the problem is, my aim for today was I wanted to go along the River Lee and follow the source of the River Lee into Hertford. Well, this is not possible now because Hatfield House is blocking me and I can't get in to follow the path. So what I'm going to do, I've had a look at my maps, got my maps out, had to sit down and cool down because it's so hot out here today. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take up the Coal Green Way, which is another local path. That also runs into Hertford there, but it won't follow the Lee so closely, or not at all in some parts. But anyway, these things are here to try us out, but we'll get there in the end. So we're just going to walk through here, see what we can see. There should be a footpath somewhere around here. There's the River Lee again there. As you can probably hear the 414 in the background as well. That's just up the side. Little telephone box there. Don't see many of those about today. Right, let's have a look. I think there's a footpath over here. So this is the footpath we're going to take up towards the QE2 hospital. Obviously we don't want to end up in the QE2 hospital, but that we go round that to get onto the Colt Green Way. So we're just going to follow this path now that runs parallel to the 414, and hopefully we'll come out somewhere that I can get some tracking done. We're on the 414 here that runs parallel to this footpath. It's unbelievable the noise this traffic generates, these vehicles. I mean, I'm as guilty as anyone, I'm a driver as well. But it's only once you're walking you can hear all the noise. I was thinking, I was having a quiet thought to myself, or trying to have a quiet thought. I wonder how long before all these vehicles become electric, then you won't have all this roar going along. Be a bit more peaceful. You just have probably like a little electrical buzz as the vehicles pass you. I've just come off of Gypsy Lane, and this, believe it or not, is a golf course. It's hard to tell in this area sometimes what is a golf course and what's not, but if you see in the distance there are golfers. In actual fact, I'd say the actual Stanbra Park, the grass was actually better kept than this golf club, Mill Green Golf Club that is. Just bear in mind when you're doing these walks, especially on a hot summer's day, always carry plenty of water or drink with you. I think I've drunk about 4 litres now of flavoured water, and it hasn't reappeared yet, so that gives you some indication of how hot it is today. So here's a Welwyn Garden City sign, and if you notice the lush greenery there, that's the greenery that I walked along earlier on the video. It's quite a nice sign, welcome sign this is. So in Howlands Road at the moment, we've gone past the QE2 hospital there, making our way to the Colt Green Valley. Just to let you know, when I've been making this video, we have been going into Hatfield and coming back again, for any of those that are interested. This is where we join Route 61. We're going to walk to Hertford. I think we're going through a disused railway, but we'll have a look as we go through. So Route 61, that sounds rather American, doesn't it, Route 61? Anyway, we'll continue our journey now. So there's the map of the Colt Green Way, which we're going to take. As I rightly said, there is a disused railway, or remains of a disused railway along here. So here we go, long straight path here, straight all the way. So I would imagine this was probably the railway, or the railway tracks ran along here. Oh, it's so hot. There's a breeze, as you can probably hear on the mic there, but it's so warm, so warm. There's no real shade here at all, so I'm going to have to get a bit of a move on. Make sure I protect myself from that sun. So I've got all these decisions. I've just come under a tunnel, come out the other side, and I've got all these markers I don't know whether about going left and going right. I want to know if I go straight on upwards or downwards. I think we'll keep to 61, we'll keep to that. Now we're in the shade a bit now, it's a bit cooler, the breeze is getting up. I think there might be thunderstorms forecast for later. I think the weather gets so hot and then it just can't manage and it just collapses and then you get these heavy storms. It looks like we're coming up to a platform, what could have been a former platform. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's definitely a remnants of a platform. Where's the station? That's what they should have kept as well. So I think it was a double track here. I think where we've just walked was single track and this looks like it would have opened to double track. I've got no information about this, what this station was called. So we're just outside Hertford, I think. So if anyone knows and wants to put anything in the comments below, please do. The branch line we're on now used to connect Welwyn Garden City to the other Hertford North line, and in turn connected to the Hertford East line. Now all these branch lines connected the main lines all together, and so it used to be a humongous network of railways and sidings. Just coming into Hertford now, just coming through the railway arches, as you can see up there. So here my main walk goes underneath the railway arches. This is the railway line that goes to Hertford North Station. My walk goes right underneath it. Just a little further through here we've got Hertford Football Club. kindly left the gate open for me. Finally found the River Lee here in the centre of Hartford, just near Hartford Castle. Where has it been? Where has the River Lee been? Only she can tell. Wow, what a walk. Don't forget, thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Bye.